Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, talking about your daily horoscope for Monday, the 25th of February, 2019. We are picking up with a lot of the same energy that we had yesterday with a twist. So we're talking about fate. We're talking about destiny, okay? We're talking. Mercury in Pisces. We're talking about the expansive ideas. We're expanding our ideas. We're expanding our dreams. We're expanding our consciousness. Expand. This is the year of expansion. I will not stop saying that throughout these videos through the whole year. This is not just astrology in general, okay? This particular year is all about expansion. Moving forward. So, this expansive day, this expansive year. Now what's going on though? The trine, this grand trine and kite, okay, is moving as the moon is moving. It's picking up with new aspects over to Chiron, which has been in Pisces, and now it just moved to 0 degrees Aries. All right. So as Chiron, we haven't talked about Chiron. Chiron's this giant asteroid. This is still creating this trine, and it's still creating this kite. So we're still going toward like solidifying things, you know, manifesting our thoughts and our dreams into physical form, communicating these things, expanding our emotional body, expanding our belief system. And this has to do with physicality, my physical being, my physical body that survives here on planet Earth. Okay, we're talking about Chiron in 0 degrees of Aries. It's going to be there for several years. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. As Chiron's like the wounded healer in astrology. Okay, so Chiron has been going through Pisces for several years now, and with that, we're talking about, you know, Pisces is about your unconscious mind, the intangible things, you know, this expansive space, the vacuum of nothingness, everything, the universe, the unity of all things. Okay. So with Chiron being there in this, like, very mental, it's been very mental. First, we have to change our mind mentally, and then we see the physical results, you know. So, you know, it's like first we have to heal up here, then we heal everywhere else. That's exactly where we're at. And now that Chiron is in Aries, we're talking about the very nature of our physical body. You know, it's the initiation. This is the beginning of form. You know, I'm an infant child, you know, in Aries. I know nothing of the world. You know, my fingers and toes, I'm just a little baby. It's all I know. Chiron in Aries, and this whole grand trine happening, and this kite happening. Remember that kind of bow and arrow effect. So the bottom of this trine, yesterday it was, you know, Mercury and Neptune. And as the moon has shifted, the trine has shifted, and now it's making that connection to Chiron. Okay. So the emotional bow is being pulled back and saying go toward Venus, go toward transformative Pluto, and make things very real up in Capricorn. Hope you're following this along. I hope this is making sense. Now, let me go back to Chiron here. You know, there's a fun thing like little kids, you know, we're talking about physical body. We all have things that we look at ourselves, you know, like, oh, you know, I don't have perfect teeth, or, you know, physical parts of the body. I'm a tall, you know, I'm 6'4". I'm a tall, lean, you know, dude. I'm not this muscle bound, you know, like, I don't look like an Abercrombie and Fitch model, you know. I don't. And that's okay. I'm me. And we're talking about being comfortable in our own skin. That's what this energy has to do. It has to do with being comfortable being you, being comfortable being yourself, not wanting to change something about yourself, and healing the idea that you need to change something about yourself. So, you know, this is something I've talked about a long time ago on the show, personal page, whatever. But little kids, you know, there was like a study with like a bunch of little kids, like, hey, if you could change something about yourself, what would you change? And they were like, oh, I'd have giant wings, or I'd have extra legs like a minotaur, or I'd have a unicorn's horn, or something like this. It was always something kind of like superhero-esque, about their answer. Childlike, very imaginative. Okay, still there in Pisces, imagination. Now, you ask an adult that same question, they're going to be like, oh, I want to get my lips done, I want to see my eyebrows, or I hate my nose, or I hate, I wish this, or I could get rid of this, fat tire, or what, whatever. There's always something about our physical body that we feel that we need to change, that we're not good enough. We're not going to attract the right mate because I don't look this way, or I'm not going to be able to have this job, or appeal to a certain crowd of people because I look a certain way. And this energy is like, get that out of your head, to like move forward, to be open, we have to be open to receive that. Again, an infant, it's like the baby wants to be seen, the baby wants to be passed around, whether or not the parent wants to. It's like, oh no, allergies and, don't get my baby sick. Anyway, but the baby itself is just like, yeah, pass me around, pick me up, play with me. We're open. The child is open, and we need to be, ourselves need to be open. It's when we get in our own way, when we start, putting kind of like this filter in front of our own light, is when we want to hide things from ourselves. We want to bury these things. If just nobody sees this weird mole that I have, or if nobody sees, this birthmark, or if nobody notices this, attribute about myself, if I can kind of hide this, if I can wear a thicker shirt and hide my, gangliness, whatever it is, there's always something that we're just trying to, maybe I can just kind of tuck that away, and it's my little secret. And so, that's like the epitome of Scorpio. And this is like, no, child, bring this to the light. Heal this. You are fine. You are perfect the way that you are. You are so perfectly beautiful. You are so perfectly you. Yeah? On this Monday, you are so perfectly you. Just be yourself and manifest all of the beautiful things that a perfectly you person would want and desire in this world. Because when you're open and when you're saying yes to something, that's when all this fate, that's when this destiny, that's when these things really kick off. We don't want to shy away from stuff. We don't want to, hide ourselves from that light. Trusting, following our emotions, following our gut, trusting ourselves, and being open to this great change that's coming, this flowing river that's going to change this mountain into the beautiful Grand Canyon, into this beautiful masterpiece that is you and your life. Have a beautiful Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.